Here's my audience. Today I'm going to be talking to you how I became saved through 3 different points. I'm labeling these points of where God was showing me where I was at in my faith, and then where He could show me when I became saved, and then where He's taken me from there. My testimony is made up of 4 different dreams. These 4 different dreams definitely made the line in my life, but to start off with my first point, my first dream, basically it was in the future, and we were in this flying car, something interesting and weird, and I was with my family, and they said, "We're going to heaven." I said, "No, we're not. That's impossible." And they said, "No, we actually are." And I thought, I'm not ready. I can't go now. And so I tried to hop out of the car, and I couldn't. Because it would always pull me back. I would fall, and then it would drag me back and be back in my seat again. And I thought, that's interesting. And the first dream was very, very brief. It wasn't a lot of detail in it. The second dream is what really got my attention of where I'm at in my faith, or where I was at currently. I was around 13 at the age, so I understood what it meant to be a Christian, but not fully. I wasn't really living out what a Christian should be like. And my second dream, it was in the past, which was kind of interesting, as the first was the future and the second was the past. It was during the reign of terror, and basically my family and I were going to be martyred for our faith, and so they took us to be tortured first, and then we're going to be cremated in these glass boxes. And basically they would pour acid on our hands. And of course, in a dream, it was just tingled. So I felt like it wasn't that bad. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. And then when they started pulling us towards the boxes, I thought to myself, this is actually for real. I'm actually going to die. And I could see all my family members around me, and I thought to myself, well, I couldn't think in general because I had no idea what to think. I had no idea where I was going. I kept on saying to myself over and over, where am I going? Where am I going? I'm not ready. And I was super, super scared, and I was crying throughout the entire dream. And then the glass boxes were shut on us. You could see through them. And I could see each one of my family members in their boxes, and as it starts to heat up, because we were going to be cremated. And I just started crying. I started crying out loud, just saying, "I'm not ready. I love you all, but what else could I say in that moment?" So that was the second dream. And I know all this sounds really bizarre, but this is how God was showing me, John, where are you at in your life? Where are you? Are you there to serve me without anything to hold you back? And I thought to myself, I need to be sure where I'm going. And so I reassured myself with my faith with my parents. And the third dream, which brings me into my second point of what God was showing to me, the thrill of knowing where you're going to go at the end of your life. And the third dream was really brief. My mom was teaching some class, and we had this 3D landscape of some place. And I thought, what is all this about? And I said, or my mom said, "All right, we're going to heaven." And I said, "No way, I'm excited. Let's go." I was so pumped. But then she said, "We have to finish reading the Bible first," which I was kind of upset because I wanted to go now. But that was my third dream of God showing me, "John, you're not sure where you're at. Let me give you a taste of reality, what that would be like, because you'd be lost forever. But then let's show what it looks like when you know where you're going, and how excited you'll be, and how much you'll want to serve the kingdom more." And so that leads me to my fourth dream, probably one of the most scariest but happiest I've ever felt. My fourth dream was my brother and I were going to be martyred, and we were being held hostage by some guy. I don't know who he was, and there was a mother and her daughter there. And so we prayed with them, but I knew I was going to die first. I was going to go first. And so the guy came up to me, and I said to him, "You think I hate you, but I don't. I actually love you." And he said, "I don't love anybody." And then he took a knife, and sorry for graphics and gory stuff, but he slit my throat. And when he did that, there was a burning sensation on my neck. And but I was ready. I didn't mind. I was ready because I knew where I was going. And as it started to all fade out, I just said, I love you all. And then it faded completely black. And then I'm not quite sure if it went white or I woke up after that. But that was the fourth dream, and that is my third point of God showing, how far, because God showed me this is what it's like without me. This is what it's like with me. And then the last was, how dedicated are you to stick with me? And will it come to the point of being martyred? And when telling that kind of story, I often ask the question, do you know for a fact where you're going after this? I could pause this video and fall over of a heart attack, yes, at 18. But if God calls and snaps his finger of, John, you've lived enough on this earth, well, I know where I'm going, I will. But that's the question I want to ask you. You could die at any moment. Life is a vapor, as we've been told in the Word. And the question is, where are we going to go after that? Thank you.